Today we're diving into a fresh list of affordable project cars you can still find for under $1,500. These aren't polished classics, they're raw, forgotten, and waiting for someone with the vision to bring them back. From Mustangs and Studebakers to Mercedes and old work trucks, each one tells a story of where it's been and what it could be again. So let's take a look at what's out there right now. Number 1. 1970 Ford Mustang Convertible Project Car. Here we have a true icon, the 1970 Mustang Convertible, listed strictly as a project car for $1,200. This one does not run. You'll need to bring a trailer. The seller is clear. It needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. Under the hood sits a 302 cubic inch engine paired with a C4 automatic transmission and a 3.27 gear ratio out back. The body is said to be straight, and it's riding on centerline rims. It's not for the faint of heart, but with a clean title and the fact that it's a convertible Mustang, even in non-running condition, it's bound to catch the attention of someone willing to take on a long-term rebuild. Number 2. 1954 Hudson or Nash Metropolitan. Next up, something much smaller and quirkier, a 1954 Hudson Nash Metropolitan. Priced at $1,500, this little coupe comes in spruce green, and it's described as being complete except for the seats. The odometer shows around 50,000 miles, but the title status is missing. The seller is including replacement floor pans, which is a plus since rust repair is almost always part of these restorations. It's one of those micro cars that stood out in the 1950s, and today it might be best suited either as a full restoration project or a source of rare parts. The ad even mentions they're open to offers since they already have too many other projects on their plate. Number 3. 1971 Porsche 914. Now for something that once carried a European sports car badge. The 1971 Porsche 914, listed as a barn find for $1,500. This car last saw registration in Nevada back in 1995. The seller explains that the transmission was rebuilt but never used, and there's also a rebuilt engine with about 2,000 miles on it. Along with those, the car comes with never-used brake calipers, rotors, headers, and carburetor. Unfortunately, there's no paperwork, and the ad is marked parts only. That means while it looks like a tempting abandoned project, legally it may be best for parts unless you find a way to sort the title. Still, for Porsche fans, this is one of those finds that sparks curiosity. Number 4. 1972 Dodge Sportsman Royal Van. Here's something larger, a 1972 Dodge Sportsman Royal 12-passenger van. Nicknamed Roger by its owner, it's powered by a 360 motor and shows 133,450 miles, though the odometer has rolled over once. The seller notes it runs, drives, and even stops, but as of March 2025, the brake pedal has started sticking, making it unsafe to drive. The van still has a clean title, and for $1,500, it represents a lot of steel, space, and possibilities. Classic vans like this often attract people who want to build campers, mobile shops, or just preserve a slice of 70s road trip history. But make no mistake, it needs a capable mechanic to address the quirks before it sees the road again. Number 5. 1972 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser Station Wagon, parting out. For number 5, we have a 1972 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser Station Wagon, priced at $1,500. However, this one is already being parted out. Some components like the radio, glove box door, tail light assemblies, and one of the skylight windows have already been sold. The car does come with a non-running Olds 350 two-barrel engine, a 3800 automatic transmission, front power disc brakes, and a 10-bolt rear axle. The seller admits the wagon is too far gone for their own time and resources, pointing to rusty floors and damaged window channels. Still, most of the sheet metal is decent, and the chassis and frame are described as solid. They're open to selling the whole car or cutting off whatever parts a buyer needs, shipping at the buyer's expense. With a clean Oregon title, it's one of those listings that could serve either as a donor vehicle or a challenging project for someone who refuses to let a Vista Cruiser fade away.
Number 6. 1974 Mercedes-Benz 280C two-door coupe. Here's a German classic that's definitely not in showroom condition. This 1974 Mercedes-Benz 280C two-door coupe is listed as a tow yard special. It doesn't have a key, and the engine is partially disassembled. The seller says they never bothered to make a new key because the car already needs major attention under the hood. The odometer is old and hard to read, so mileage is uncertain. Still, at $1,500 with a clean title, it's being marketed as a good project for a collector who appreciates these smaller Mercedes coupes of the 70s. Right now, it's just a shell with a half-taken-apart engine, so the next owner will need patience, parts, and likely plenty of money to bring it back. Number 7. 1967 Chevrolet C10 Pickup. Next up is a truck that's been sitting for so long the doors won't even open. It's a 1967 Chevy C10 long bed, powered by a 327 with a manual 4-speed. The ad mentions it comes with a second truck included in the deal. This one also a C10, but with an automatic transmission. The gray truck was originally yellow, and the seller does have the original title for it. The blue truck, however, comes with no paperwork. Both are rough, both have been sitting, and both need significant attention before they'll see the road again. But for $1,500, having two C10s and at least one clean title means this could be a parts matching project with potential to build one decent truck out of two. Number 8. 1963 Ford dump truck. For number 8, we've got something from the workhorse side of Ford's lineup, a 1963 Ford dump truck. It's described as a complete truck with no major rust or damage, which is saying something for a heavy-duty vehicle of this age. The seller says it needs to be towed away, but it does come with a clean title. It's hard to tell from just the ad whether this one is best suited for a full restoration, a working farm truck revival, or simply a source for vintage heavy-duty parts. But for someone who appreciates old medium-duty Fords, this $1,500 project could be the start of something unusual. Number 9. 1948 Studebaker Commander two-door. Here's a real time capsule, a 1948 Studebaker Commander two-door. According to the seller, it's been parked since 1961 and is still quite solid overall. They describe it as a perfect rat rod project since it looks mostly complete but has been sitting for more than 60 years. The title is missing, the odometer is broken, but the body and trim appear to have survived remarkably well. At just under $1,500, it's a low-cost entry into post-war American car design, whether the buyer chooses to build it back to original or strip it down into a custom build. Number 10. 1972 Ford bump side 4x4 pickup. Finally, for this round, a 1972 Ford 4x4 pickup from the bump side generation. This one has a manual transmission, a clean title, and an odometer reading of about 150,000 miles. The seller says it was parked years ago after carburetor issues, and although it now has a replacement carb, the studs are too short to mount it properly. The truck also features custom rims and a flatbed. It describes it as having plenty of good parts, but also enough there to revive if someone wants to put in the effort. Like so many projects in this price range, it needs to be trailered out and will demand plenty of mechanical work before it sees the road again. And that's the lineup of project cars for today. Some are just barely hanging on, while others are solid foundations for a rebuild. The one thing they all have in common, they're affordable entries into the world of classic cars. Which one would you take on if it were up to you? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Kingna for more classic car finds every week.